Hey guys, Ted back with a bunch of TTMs today. It's a week's worth of TTMs. That's what happens when you go away for a week and go back to Jersey next week for the week. So, it should be interesting. Anyways, first card you see on your screen, my screen, or somebody's screen, is a 1962 post, Billy Barnes. He was a halfback for the Philadelphia Eagles, who won the championship. They're one of their only championship, I think, in 1960. He didn't inscribe that like I asked him to, but he did sign it. So very, very happy with that. Next guy, this guy was a quarterback for the Denver Broncos in the 70s, in the 50s and 60s. This is another edition of my 1964 top set. Mr. Mickey Slaughter. Came out very nice. And then this guy was a offensive lineman for the Kansas City Chiefs and Notre Dame. Pretty good player in his time. This one took a little while, but got signed by Mr. Tim Grunard. Very good offensive lineman. And then this guy was a linebacker for the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 60s. This is a Philadelphia 60, I forget, Mr. Myron Padius. So that one's very nice. Love those vintage. Let's do some baseball. We'll start with the one that I got the extra. This guy is, right now, he's a bench coach for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He also played for the Pirates and the Cubs and some other teams. He was a pretty decent player. He was a utility guy. Outfielder kind of guy. So this is Mr. Gary Varsho. Came out very nice. And then he also sent me his bench coach card. So that's pretty cool of him. I appreciate that. Now, let's go on to the rookie cards. First one, 1968 Topps. Wish I could find the other guy on this card as he signed this for me. This is Pittsburgh Pirate pitcher Mr. Jim Schellenbach. I looked today for LVO, but I could not find him. Then I've got two duels now. This is 1965 Rookie Stars for the Cleveland Indians. Ralph Gagliano had already signed it, and I sent it back out, and came back today, signed by Mr. Jim Ritwidge. So that's a nice duel. Love the duels. This is another duel. This is a 1968 Topps, signed by Jim Weaver a couple weeks ago, and now signed by a little bit better player who played in the major leagues for a little bit, Mr. Chuck Vinson. So another nice duel there. Next card. This guy was an outfielder for the Mets. I think for 1 or 2 years. Wasn't around for very long. His autograph is very nice. Came out really nice. I've seen somebody else get him back yesterday. Mr. Terry McDaniel. Came out really nice. And then this guy was an infielder for the Houston Astros. Before that, the Cubs. He was a utility guy. Not a great hitter at all. Really good glove guy. So that would be Mr. Rob Sparing on a 78 Topps. And then this one is for Mike O. Although Mike O, I don't think remembers this guy. He might. He would have been a kid. Ray from Philly might remember him. This guy was a pitcher for the Tigers and then the Phillies. Pretty good left-hander in his time. Sorry for the yawning. My goodness. Mr. Steve Searcy. That came out really good, too. A lot of these guys are shining in blue these days. Then this is a 1969 Topps. I asked him to inscribe original Padre, and he did. This guy was a pitcher for the Padres, and this is Mr. Tom Dukes. Man, this guy had a couple of really good years for the Tigers in the 80s and early 90s. Really was a number 2 behind Jack Morris. Had some 15, 17 win years. Pretty good pitcher. This one took about a month and a half. Mr. Walt Terrell. Then I got this in a pack a couple weeks ago. I already had his autograph on a business card that I asked him for, but when I got this, I figured I'd send it to him because I know he's a very good signer. If you ask him for a ball, he'll send it to you signed. He signed it in silver on this 2017 Topps. Mr. Rob Manfred. So that's good. And then finally, this guy was a third baseman for the Minnesota Twins. He was a pretty good defensive player. Yeah, that's, and this came out really nice. This is a 92 Fleer? Yes. Mr. Scott Leyes. So that was my TTM day, or week, I should say. Hope everybody has a great night. I'm going to bed because I'm tired. And we'll talk to you.